here we have a free plugin from Izotope. This is Ozone Imager. Let's go ahead and check it out, man. So here you can see we have our Vectorscope and different views that we can view this at. We have our correlation meter here. Basically, you want to keep something between 0 and 1 with only seldom dips going down to this -1. You don't want something staying way down in that -1 for very long. You're going to have problems summing to mono at that point. And then we have our balance meter between left and right down here. You can see this little blue dot dance around. All right, so this track here is already stereo, but that doesn't mean we can't widen it more. Listen to those cymbals. You can see how getting that even wider here. We can also pull this all the way down and decrease the width. So this is not just widening the stereo field. We can also collapse it down to mono. So if this drum kit is too wide, I can just pull it down. Now everything's going right down the middle. And I actually have Insight on my master here, which I already have Insight. This is not free, by the way, but I just want to show you that we are. Very cool. And we also have this option called Stereoize, and you can actually read about that in the main Izotope help file. So whenever you enable Stereoize, this uses stereo synthesis to add natural sounding stereo width to mono or narrow sounding recordings. And then we have the amount there where we can kind of control the character of our stereo effect. All right, now this is, this track that we're listening to right now is already stereo, but we can still use Stereoize. Pull this up a little bit, turn it on. It's gonna get even wider here. Now if we pull it up too far, you can see we really start to double those kicks. So you want to be careful on widening your tracks, but this is really cool that this plugin here is 100% free. Sometimes you can spend $20, even $99 on just an imager. Let's go to this track here. So here we have a pad. Let's go ahead and find Izotope. As long as you have category and manufacturer checked, it'll be right here in Izotope, and it will be called Ozone Imager, or you can come up here to Sound Field and find it right in here as well. Ozone Imager. So first we'll just listen to the pad. So it's already very wide, but maybe we needed to actually reduce the width. Maybe it's just too wide. Let's pull it down a bit. Make it very, very wide. But that's how that works. Again, it's really nice to be able to use this imager to tighten in the stereo width as well. Turn it off. Pull it all the way down to mono. Very cool. We can also try this maybe on guitar. Now this track here is already a stereo track. But we can narrow it. Or make it even wider. But what about a mono track, which is where this also comes in handy in widening the stereo field? Here's a mono track. So if I come here to plug in and I'll just grab our Ozone Imager, if I grab the mono version here on this mono track, it's not really going to do anything, is it? See, we're coming straight down. Can raise up the width, turn on Stereoize, pull it up, not doing anything. right? So what you need to do instead is use the mono to stereo version. Okay, so now you can double click to reset these to their defaults. Now let's try this. Increasing the width on its own isn't really going to do anything, so let's turn on stereo eyes. There we go. Really wide there if you want. So here's what we started with. Just bypass it. Turn it back on. Pull it up. So just remember, on your mono tracks, you'll want to use our mono to stereo version here in Pro Tools. This, of course, works with other DAWs as well, not just Pro Tools. This is AAX-VST-AU. So let's check it out a little bit more. Hopefully you get the idea of what it does. It's 100% free. Here we have an acoustic track. Put on solo. Maybe we need to narrow this. Just pull it down. It's not quite as wide. And checking out our meters there. Pull it all the way down to mono. Or we could take it really wide if we want. It might have some problems since we're coming way down here in this -1 area. So obviously way too much, but something like this might work if you wanted to make it a little bit wider. Bypass it. So we just added a little bit of extra width to that. Or conversely, we can make it a little bit more narrow. Very cool. This is already too wide, as you can see here. And I recorded this way too wide on purpose to show you that we can, again, use this to narrow that stereo field. So again, listen to it. Doesn't sound that great. I mean, I can pull it up even farther if I want. But that's going to have a lot of problems with that. So let's turn that off. Let's narrow this. Look at that. So we've cleaned up this piano track with just one slider here. Again. Let's bypass it. Sounds much better, a little bit more focused there. Another thing I wanted to mention is if you already have Ozone 7, then of course you can use the imager within Ozone 7. If you have Ozone 7 Advanced, then we already have this imager in here. The only difference, or at least one of the differences, is that as you can see here in the Ozone 7 Advanced interface, we have 4 different bands that we can adjust differently. Whereas here, it's just, one band, okay? So in the advanced interface, I could adjust each band individually if I wanted to. We have stereo eyes here as well. Maybe I want the lower band, narrow, and the upper bands even wider. Okay, just wanted to point that out. So if you already have Ozone 7 Advanced, you may not want to download this, or then again, you may want to, anyway, just have a nice, simple interface to use there. Just double click to default that out. Let's make it wider. Kind of dipping down a little far, but just to show it. Pull it way down in the mono there. So we can squeeze that down if we wanted to. If it's just, too wide and too expansive for whatever you're doing, you can just pull that width down. Or take it the other way and make it a little bit wider. Hear the difference? All right, let's just check out a couple more samples. So here we have some more mono samples. So here we have a mono piano. So again, we want to use our mono to stereo version of Ozone Imager here. First, we'll just hear it. It's not being processed right now. You can just see right down the middle. Increase the width, decrease it. Not going to do anything. Let's turn on stereo eyes here. Immediately we have a nice difference here. Much wider. We're still correlating well over here. Bypass it. Very cool. If we listen to this part here and bypass that. Then do it again. Very cool. So if you had a mono piano that was just recorded in mono, you can widen it up just like that with this free plugin. And control click to turn this one on. Here we have some drums. And I'll just double click, or I can alt click to put that to the default. Turn stereo eyes off. As you can see, we have a mono signal there. Not going to do anything here because we have the mono version, so we'll have to go and make sure we grab the mono to stereo version. Again, very cool that this is 100%, 100% free. I've paid $20, $30, $100 for imagers before, and this is absolutely free. Make that a little bit more surrounding. Bypass it. Go crazy with it if you want, but you don't want to go too far. You start getting artifacts. Like that just sounds horrible there. But that doesn't sound too bad. There we go. All right, so that is Ozone Imager, absolutely free. All you need to do is come to the Izotope website. You can download Ozone Imager absolutely for free. Just click this Get Free button, and you will get your serial number. If you don't have an Izotope account, you'll have to go ahead and create one, which of course is completely free. Download it, install it, open up your DAW, and authorize it with that free serial number. So just head over to izotope.com to get Ozone Imager absolutely for free. And you can see some of the things that it does down here, which of course we've already went over all of this stuff. Superior audio quality, of course our visual feedback there, and of course your system requirements right there. Okay, so just head over to izotope.com to get Ozone Imager absolutely for free.